The 10-man committee on December 6, 2023, the task was to clean up, reshape, and bring to bear additional intellectual vigor required for such a national policy to be sustainable and enduring. This objective explains why the Honorable Minister assembled such seasoned and patriotic Nigerians to produce this blueprint. As you may all be aware, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope program rests on two pillars of attitudinal change and a pragmatic approach to policy formulation and implementation. The National Values Charter will catalyze national unity. It will evolve a people with a common nationalism and pride for their country. This draft document points the direction of our nation in terms of value orientation. As we have said earlier, the components of the Charter are not new inventions. These national values are time-tested precepts that have guided our people and societies for centuries.
Orientation. Members of the committee set up, the ministerial committee set up by the Honorable Minister to do this assignment. Other invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Let me first begin by expressing our appreciation and gratitude to the Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation for the confidence reposed in this committee by appointing us to do this very important assignment. On behalf of my committee, sir, we want to thank you for that confidence. Let me also add to say that it is not surprising that the minister has focused on national orientation, because for some of us who are outsiders and observing him and knowing his pedigree, the minister has brought a lot of professional touch and approach in changing the story and the narrative of the Ministry of Information and National Orientation. And so we thank you for that. The value charter issue, as we know as Nigerians, is a critical component of any sustainable development in the country. And I think the minister is right in focusing on that, because no matter the level of infrastructural development and sustainable development, it has to be premised on some foundation of our moral values, which we know that for quite some time, attention has not been focused on that. So I'm glad to say that there is a new approach which is championed by the minister and other officials of his ministry to change that narrative, to go back to those value systems so that we as a people can earn the respect of each other as stakeholders in the Nigerian project. And even other people will see us as responsible human beings who are focused, who have values, who will protect and cherish those values. And so when we started this assignment, sir, we had to engage in a lot of interactive and brainstorming sessions to really look back and first ask ourselves, what are those things that the nation has got right in the past years that now has become elusive to us? And what can we do about that? And it is as a result of that, and with a whole sense of commitment and urgency, members of the committee, the Honorable Minister, addressed this issue. And I'm glad to say that one of the things that I find uniquely different in even the document, which was a working document given to us by National Orientation Agency, the DG National Orientation Agency gave us, is that there's a unique element in the past moral campaigns that have happened in this country. It is more or less like a one-track approach. Government talking to people. Government talking to people. But this approach is different. There's a component that addresses what is that responsibility of the citizens to the nation. And that makes it uniquely different. And I'm sure, based on the issues articulated in this report, inshallah, when this thing is unveiled and the program is executed by the ministry under the leadership of the Honorable Minister, Nigeria and Nigerians will be proud of their country. We will respect each other. We will do things that is right and make a difference in our life so that the story will be a changed one. It's my pleasure and singular honor, sir, to present to you the report of the National Values Charter Committee set up by your good self so that the issue of national morals can be addressed. Honorable Minister, my pleasure to present the report.
The enjoyment of certain immutable rights. As such, the Charter contains 7 core promises of the Nigerian states to the citizens, followed by the 7 commitments of the citizens towards their country. This is a significant difference between past efforts and the present. And like the Director General of the National Orientation Agency said, that is also reinforced by the chairman of this committee. The past efforts we have had has always been one directional. This is remarkably different. Another vital improvement on earlier efforts is that the implementation strategy is very comprehensive as it considers the various ways and values. The various ways and values can become ingrained in the hearts and minds of every citizen of this great country. The National Values Charter also takes into full account the fact that we are a youth-centric and technology-driven world. On account of this, we are determined to ensure that the young people of Nigeria own this social contract and are allowed to take the lead in using it to build, in concert, of course, with older members of the society, a better country and a better world. Indeed, that is why when this committee was being set up, you see young people also involved. Now, the idea is that we don't just leave it to the elderly or to the older ones to decide the future. After all, the future belongs to the young ones. I have the assurances of the National Orientation Agency, led by its able chief executive, that various innovative approaches and socialization strategies will be employed, and to ensure that the charter becomes part and parcel of our personal and collective existence as Nigerians. Let me also say that we shall be shortly announcing a date on which Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will formally unveil this charter to the Nigerian public. In his desire and in his quest to reorient Nigerians, the President has chosen to rechristen or to rename the Prime Minister of Information and National Orientation. The emphasis here is on national orientation. And in all my conversations with him, he has always said it is important that we reorient Nigerians for the future that we all desire it to have. I thank the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, under the Ministry of Information and National Orientation, that has spearheaded the work on this very important national project. His staff and members of the various committees that he has employed that have worked so tirelessly on this crucial national values charter. Thank you very much for what you do for our country. To the members of the committee, we know that this is not an assignment that was given to you for any payment to be made to you. We know the days and nights that you have labored to ensure that this document provides that blueprint that we all desire for the reorientation that the president has asked us to embark upon. Thank you for all the work you have done. It is my pleasure, therefore, that all Nigerians, and it is my sincere hope that all Nigerians at all levels, irrespective of whatever social class, age, or geographical location, will embrace this document as a springboard in line with the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, intends to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Nigeria that will take a rightful place in the Committee of Nations. Thank you for listening, and welcome to a new Nigeria. Thank you very much.